Climate change is one of the biggest challenges facing our world today. The burning of fossil fuels for economic growth and human innovation has added tons of CO2 into our atmosphere. And the warming effect it has created on our world has massive repercussions on the future of agriculture. Continually rising temperatures, extreme weather, and shifts in rainfall patterns all affect how food is grown, distributed, and consumed. Plants, and especially crops, rely on very specific conditions to grow. When these conditions change, whether it's temperature, CO2 levels, or water availability, it affects their growth, nutritional value, and even their survival. Understanding these changes helps scientists develop solutions like drought resistant crops or better irrigation techniques. And as future scientists, consumers, and decision makers, it's important for us to be aware of these issues.
We're already feeling the effects of climate change. Intense heat waves, longer fire seasons, droughts, and floods. The impacts of a warmer planet are all around us. And as global temperatures continue to rise, we'll experience even more changes to our planet. New NASA research suggests that with high greenhouse gas emissions, we'll see declines in global crop yields for maize, corn, as early as 2030. Shifting rainfall patterns, higher temperatures, and increased atmospheric carbon levels are likely to affect where and how much of staple crops like corn, soybeans, wheat, and rice can be grown. Using multiple highly accurate supercomputer models, researchers projected future global conditions based on greenhouse gas emissions. They ran these results through models that simulate how crops respond to changes in things like rainfall, temperatures, and atmospheric carbon dioxide. By using multiple computer models, the teams could compare results and be more confident in what they learned. Overall, corn and wheat showed the clearest results. By 2069 through 2099, global corn crop yields could decrease 24%. Corn is grown around the world, with large quantities grown in countries close to the equator. Rising temperatures in this region will put stress on those plants, leading to lower crop yields.
Temperature rises, some crops struggle to grow in traditional farming regions. For example, wheat and corn need specific temperature ranges to thrive. If it gets too hot, they won't produce as much food, leading to lower yields and higher food prices. Scientists have observed that heat stress can cause plants to wilt, grow smaller, or even die before they can be harvested. Some areas that used to be perfect for farming are now becoming too dry or too hot. Storms, floods, and droughts are becoming more frequent and more severe. This damages crops, washes away soil, and destroys farmland. In some regions, farmers are experiencing record-breaking droughts, while others are dealing with too much rainfall, which causes plant diseases and mold. For example, California, one of the biggest agricultural regions in the US, has faced both severe droughts and intense wildfires, making farming even more difficult. You might think that more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere would help plants grow faster, and while that's partially true, research shows that higher CO2 levels actually reduce the nutritional quality of crops like rice and wheat. This means that even if we grow the same amount of food, it might not be as healthy or provide the same nutrients our bodies need.
So, what can we do about all of these challenges? Scientists, policymakers, and farmers all around the world are working together to find solutions. For example, crop rotations, reducing food waste, reducing methane emissions from livestock, and having on farm renewable energy are just some of the ways that various countries and farmers are adapting to these new challenges. And as for consumers, we can reduce our carbon footprint in many ways. Installing solar panels, recycling, and using our resources efficiently to reduce consumption and waste are just some of the steps that we can take towards a greener tomorrow. Now, let's think critically about the impact of climate change on agriculture. I have a few questions for you to consider. Take a moment to think about your answers or discuss them with a partner if possible. And don't forget to type your answers in the comments.
1. How do you think climate change affects the types of food available in grocery stores? 2. What are some ways farmers can adapt to climate change? And 3. If global temperatures continue to rise, how could this affect food prices and global hunger? Take a moment to reflect on these questions and understand how deeply connected climate change and food production are to human survival and development. Now, let's do a quick activity to make this more interactive. I want you to imagine you are in charge of creating a plan to help farmers deal with climate change. Now, which of the following solutions do you think would be the most effective? Pick the option you believe would have the best impact.
Option A, genetically modified crops that can survive extreme weather. Option B, improved irrigation systems to use water more efficiently. Option C, reducing food waste to decrease the demand for more farming land. And option D, government policies to limit carbon emissions and support sustainable farming. There's no single right answer. All of these solutions work together to help agriculture adapt. Scientists are constantly researching new ways to make farming more sustainable.
Climate change is one of the biggest challenges facing global agriculture. As we've seen, rising temperatures, extreme weather, and changing CO2 levels all impact food production, but through innovation and adaptation, we can help protect our food supply. By supporting sustainable farming, reducing food waste, and being aware of our environmental impact, we can all contribute to solutions. The more we understand the science behind these issues, the better prepared we'll be to create a healthier and more sustainable future.